It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Throwing to start the drive. Herrera. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Herrera. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Here's Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own,
and it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From the 39, Murray will swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be taken taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game?
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers. Past the 20.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler. Career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And now the Chargers offense going to line up here and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. Well, remember back to that first touchdown, Charles, the point after was blocked, so they decided to go for 2 to make it 14-0, but why not just 13-0?
Yeah, I feel like there's a shift in thinking that we're seeing in front of us now in football. Some of it's analytics, some of it's just different thinking by head coaches. They wanted to get back to level, decided to take a calculated gamble, and felt like they had a good play call for a 2-point try.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Murray now on first down. He finds his man, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and picked up by the Chargers. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get it.
Touchdown, Chargers! Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Pereira throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, he'll look downfield for Waller. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA.
Jalen Waddle.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Murray sets to throw on 4th. Able to find Warner. That's complete. The 20, 10, 5,
and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Darren Waller, 74 yards.
And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A big play there for L.A. 58 yards. On 1st and 10, Herrera.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot too.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Pereira. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Murray.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. Murray with a nice move. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 18-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Throwing on 1st down, Herrera. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Herrera. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Herrera. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders have recovered. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch.
Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
On play action, it's Murray. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing it.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Snap comes to Murray at 1. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Looking deep for Adams. And now here's another interception. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. So from back deep, deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone. Do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football,
Be safe.
Be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Here's Murray, a quick throw complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Raiders on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
No reason not to try it.